alright if I talk the camera now? Yeah? Hello. Just Tom here. Hope you're all okay. I'm good. Today hasn't worked out as planned, so that's why we're doing a little video in the garden. My granddaughter's there, she's cleaning out the little water feature and stuff. See, can you see? Yeah, there we go. Right, yeah, so we're out in the garden. Yeah, so today hasn't gone as planned. What I did have planned was a trip into Newcastle to be a fake photographer for the day. So yeah, so that was my plan. Because I've been watching all you guys with your cameras, and you're taking some amazing shots. So I fancy a camera. I did break it to the wife actually, and she took it well. But I need to justify it to myself. I'm not one of those. I'd never rush out and buy things willy-nilly. Everything's a considered purchase. That parasol's going to get right on my wick, isn't it? Yeah, so everything's a considered purchase. So what I plan to do was go through to Newcastle, spend 3, 4, 5 hours just wandering the city. I was going to take you along, see how it goes, take some smartphone pictures, and see if I enjoyed the experience, because it does look tremendous. And there's some, I mean, there's definitely pictures of Newcastle that I've seen others do that I want to recreate for myself, so I've got them. Maybe I should sit the other side of the parasol, do you think so? Alright. Nope, she's cleaned the pond down that end, everything's getting wet. So, yes, so that was the plan. Go through there, do that, because I want to spend money on a camera. But it didn't work out that way. Got a phone call this morning from daughter, and she wasn't very well. She needed to go into hospital, so I became babysitter. What are you doing? Are you just trashing? I thought you were cleaning the little pond out.
I was.
Have you finished that now?
I put more water in.
You've put more water in. Oh, good job, darling. Thank you. Thank you. Did you see any frogs? No? Okay, darling. You're going in the tent. Do you need me to help you?
No.
No? Okay, darling. Have you still got snacks in there? Yeah? Do you want me to come and do the phone? Yeah. Right, we can expect interruptions. Right, where was I? Yeah, so I'm babysitter for the day, which is nice. We get on like a house on fire. We're great. Ever since she was teeny. In fact, actually, since she was pretty much born. For a long time, I was the only one that could calm her and settle her and get her to sleep. So yeah, so I think that's when we bonded. It was actually around the time I was building the deck, but I hadn't got the roof finished. So we used to sit out on the deck underneath the blue tarp, and I think the blue just comforted her. So yeah, we've been tight since then. Anyway, right, back to my story. So she's come round for the day. We've been out, we've bought snacks, bought food, we've come home. And while I've been washing the dishes and stuff, she was watering the garden. And then the next thing, she asked for the tent. So I'm going to show you my tent. Well, I've got a couple of tents. So I'll show you this one. You what? Tent. Alright, you probably heard none of that because I left my microphone over here. So yeah, tent. Nature Hike Cloud Peak 2. Fantastic tent. But for me, it's a big part of probably one of the best holidays I've had in my life. And we didn't even need to leave the country. It's on full charge. Okay, cool. I'll come and sort it in a minute, my darling. Are you okay? I guess this is what it's like, filming with family, isn't it? Bless her. Right, so yeah, big chunk of one of the best holidays of my life. We didn't go abroad for it. It was in the UK. And it's one that it took a few years to come to fruition for timings and stuff like that. But what it was is I wanted to do Hadrian's Wall. You know, it was just one of those itches I need to scratch again. And I talked about it a few times, wanting to do the wall. And eventually the wife said that she wanted to do it as well. So, I mean, it must have been about 30 years since I'd done a long distance hike. And what I actually wanted to do was a coast to coast from Bonos-on-Solway along Hadrian's Wall to Tynemouth at the edge of the end of the River Tyne in the northeast of England. I think the actual mileage is around about 95 miles. I think all in on that holiday we did maybe 110 miles. So yeah, so plan had to come into it. My wife wasn't an experienced hiker. I hadn't done it for a long time. So we got gear, we bought a tent, we'd been away camping on a shorter trip and stuff. Worked great. And then that tent actually saw an offer on Amazon. And it was only a few days before we were due to leave. And I ordered it, it came. I pitched it once in the garden before we went. And we took that along, and it was great. It was so palatial compared to the other tent, which worked a treat. It would have worked a treat. But this one was just amazing. It was spacious, definitely a proper two-person tent, double doored, 2 vestibules, so loads of storage, plenty of space in the vestibule for cooking when necessary, and most of the time it was just heating water up for a cup of tea or a pot noodle, that sort of thing. But yeah, it was fantastic. But it's just a big chunk of that amazing holiday. With the wife not having any experience at all, I settled on an average of around 12 miles a day. Some days were slightly more, some days slightly less, but I tried to aim for that. And it worked nicely, campsite to campsite. I mean, day one, travel and hiking. That was a slightly shorter day one, but that was an interesting one. She had brand new boots on that. She hadn't broken in, so she was in agony, and she double socked. So our feet were burning up, I think, as well. So I took some of the stuff out of her pack later in the day when she was really struggling, and that's when I discovered she'd packed bottles of perfume and all sorts of bits and bobs. So the following day, her boots went in the bin, and she did the rest of it in trail runners. I did the whole thing in trail runners right from the start anyway. I knew I was going to. When I checked weather conditions, it was supposed to be really dry. I wasn't worried about muddy conditions. And yeah, did the whole lot. 12 miles a day, campsite to campsite, had a great time. Saw the wall, saw every bit of the wall. Took a day off in the middle where we visited a country town called Haltwhistle, which I'd only ever passed through before and passed by and whatnot. So we went into there, had a big breakfast, bought some supplies for later in the day that we cook and have a proper meal back at the campsite. But yeah, that'll always live on as one of the best experiences of my life. And it wasn't very expensive. We didn't have to fly, didn't have to leave the country. And with the right planning, we got through it. 100 miles seems to be a lot. I did slightly more than my wife, because when we got to Wall's End, she'd had enough for her walk was complete, and she had it home. For me, I needed to do the extra mileage to Tynemouth. For me, it was the coast to coast. I wanted to walk the coasts of my country, and that's what I did. And we did it slow, and we enjoyed it, which was the main thing. It probably took till day 3. Probably the morning of day 3 was when the real world stopped existing. So for me, there was no more. Oh, we've got a bit of shade there. I'll come closer. So on day 3 is when I started forgetting about the world. So work didn't matter. Social media didn't matter. And it was literally just about packing up your tent, putting it in your bag, and hiking those miles, one step in front of the other, taking the scenery, and it is fantastic. Honestly, if any of you have the opportunity to do Hadrian's Wall, come and do it. Spend some time. Even if you've got a couple of days, come and spend a couple of days doing the midsection, which are, I mean, yes, there are a lot of pointless ups and downs. I'll admit it. But I loved them. I loved the challenge of it. I loved the physical nature of it. And I must admit, the wife thought I was crazy because I would get to the point of to the top of one of the hills, any of the hills, and I would do a little jig with my rucksack on as well. So we got some strange looks, I must admit. So yeah, fantastic experience. Probably one of the best things I've ever done in my life. We were prepared well for it. We took snacks and basic food just in case we couldn't find any en route. I think there was only one day where we couldn't actually find food en route. Are you all right there, darling? Good girl. Yeah, she's getting out the tent. I think she's had enough for now. Are you going to the toilet or something like? Are you just had enough? Are you just getting out for 5 minutes? Are you coming? Are you coming over here to talk? No. So yeah, it was a tremendous experience. Like I said, best thing I've ever done in my life. If you have an opportunity, come and do it. If you want to ask about it, how we planned it, give me a shout. I will let you know. There was actually a channel on YouTube that I tried to match as closely with their route, and it was called Tubber Travels. That shade's now annoying me. Part of me wants it, part of me doesn't. Yeah. So anyway, right. So yeah, so matched them. I saw their videos. I mean, a lot of the videos I'd seen until then, people were doing it in 3, 4, 5 days, and that's just not what we wanted. We wanted to take the time and enjoy it. We want to see the sights. We want to experience the hills, stay on the campsites. We took a day off in the middle. You're crazy. You know, we took a day off. She's crackers. We took a day off in the middle and explored Halt Whistle because I hadn't been there for years and years and years. I can see you now. That's better. You can't see me too well, I don't think, but it is what it is. Yeah, so Halt Whistle had. We went into Halt Whistle, had a nice big breakfast, look around the town, took a bit of a day off. It was nice to walk without rucksacks that day. Did a little bit of the wall that day as well, so Sycamore Gap when the tree was still there. Yeah, that's probably my best ever holiday ever, and I didn't even have to leave the country for it. But we'll put our mind to it and got it done. Anyway, I'll speak to you in a bit, guys. She wants us. Anyway, I'm sorry. Lots of distractions, lots of disturbances today. So I'll probably be loads of little edits. Yeah, if you need any questions, if you need any questions answered about the tent, if you need any questions answered about walking Hadrian's Wall, let me know. Leave a comment. I'll help out where I can. I mean, there's loads of things from that holiday that's coming to mind now, but the funniest one was we met at one of the campsites. It was actually quite late on in the day. We met a Royal Marine and his partner, and what I thought was funny was that they had some great gear, Osprey and rucksacks and, you know, top end boots and all the rest of it. And this is a guy who is trained in navigation properly, apparently, but they got lost and they had no supplies. So we, I mean, to be honest with you, we took more than we needed, so I happily shared. I made sure we had more than minimum. But yeah, I just thought that was quite peculiar that an expert like that could get it so wrong on such an easy hike. Anyway, I'm not gloating about it. One of them things, we all make mistakes. But I just thought I'd share a little bit about one of my best holidays. The best holiday. Anyway, guys, take care. See you soon. And this was just an excuse to make a video while I was stuck at home. See you later. Bye.